Today, I'm going to give you the number one thing that I've learned when it comes to advertising dog training businesses. Everyone wants to know, how do I advertise my dog training business? And the thing that's crazy about it is more times than not, when dog trainer asks that, they actually don't need to advertise their dog training business. When dog trainers ask that, they're often missing three-fourths of what it takes to be successful in your dog training business. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the four things that you need to focus on in order to have an amazing dog training business. We started teaching dog trainers about marketing way over 10 years ago. It's been like 14 or 15 years now. And from the very beginning, when we learned these things up until now, these four core things that you need to focus on, they haven't changed. So technology has changed, the way you might accept payments has changed, things like that. The way you create your website might have changed a little bit with the technology, the way you communicate with people, stuff like that. That might have changed. But these four core principles are the same. And I really don't think they'll ever change. Advertising is just getting people to find you, getting people to know that you exist, that there is a dog trainer in their area that exists, that has the potential to help them. So that's what advertising is. It's just getting people to find you, to know you're there. But that's not the end of the story. There's three other main parts of your business that you need to know about. And where they start is they have this dog problem and they know dog training is the solution to their problem, but they don't know about you personally yet. They just know they have this problem, they need a solution, and they know a dog trainer can help them. And at the end of the road is the solution where they're going to hand you some money and they're going to pay you and you're going to fix their problem. So you need to advertise in order for this person to know that you exist, or else they can never potentially become a client. So you advertise, you have your website available on Google. So they search for you, they find your website. Now the advertising part's pretty much over. They move on to the next step and they're on your website. So you have advertising. That is the very first of the four core things that you need to do in order to be successful. So you have advertising, but next they're on your website. So your website is the next part. Your website is really important because that's what will turn that person who found you through advertising. They know you exist. They found you. Now they're on your website. If your website is not good, they're just going to disappear and look for another person through that person's advertising. So hopefully they found you. Your website needs to turn that person into a lead. That means they need to fill out a form. They need to send a text. They need to call you. They need to contact you and express their interest in your services. Now you're at the third part of the four important things to know about having a successful business, which is your selling. So you have advertising, your website, your sales process. You need to be able to communicate that you are the solution to their problem by describing the benefits that you provide, by being friendly, by being trustworthy, all the important things that go into selling. And you need to have a process, like an actual step-by-step process that you consistently follow each time. And you need to refine it and make it great. And you need to be able to sell. That's one of the four things. So then you have the fourth. That's your programs. It's what you're offering. So if what you're offering isn't really desirable, then you might lose them at that point. So the reason it's a road is because you need to take them from one step to another. So advertising, website, selling, programs. And it was beautiful. It had like flowers everywhere, had all these birds everywhere. It was just like absolutely amazing. But the way you get up to the Airbnb at the top of the mountain is you go along this dirt road. And it was a dirt road where the mountain is like this, and then it has a flat part. This is the road. So you have steep mountain, you have the road, and then steep mountain is cut in the side of this mountain, and it goes spiraling up through the rainforest, and then eventually you get up to this beautiful Airbnb. So there was one day where we were coming home from being out exploring, and it was raining. And we got to the bottom and we were going up, and we had a 4-wheel drive SUV type thing. As we started going up, we saw the water, and it was like rushing down the side of the mountain. So you see all this water going down and then it's going over the edge. So you see all this water rushing down the mountain. It's crossing over the road and it's going over the edge again. And what's going through my mind is thinking about news stories where you see on TV that in some country far away, there was this mudslide and swallowed up an entire village and all these people died. That's what it looked like when you were there. So we were really nervous, but we were going up and it was starting to get dark. We had to get up to the house. So we're just really slowly going up. And this is a very narrow road. And it's just like mud, basically. So someone cut this mud, rocky road into the side of this mountain. And so we're about halfway up, and this big tree fell in front of the road and it was completely impassable. And we're like, what do we do? Like, we couldn't turn around. We couldn't go up. We're just completely stuck. We could not move. And that's what's going to happen when you are missing one of these 4 parts in the marketing of your business. So people will find you, your advertising is great. They get to the website and then you go to sell and it's like a tree went right over your road and that person is not going to go any further. Your advertising is bad and no one ever finds you. They don't even know you exist. That's like having a tree right in the beginning of your road. Like they never even get onto the road. They don't know you exist. So at any part of your process, you can have this tree fall over your road and prevent the person from getting home. Home is buying your services. And that's the thing you need to understand is that there's these 4 parts to your business. Your advertising is great. They're getting to your website and no one's contacting you because your website's terrible. And it could be that. Or they're talking to so many people every month because the website's great. Advertising is great. When they get to the selling, their sales process is poor. So then the tree, it landed on the road and they stop making progress. So you need to have all 4 of the parts and then people can get to the end. And it doesn't all have to be perfect. So there's a difference between that tree falling over the road, like what happened to us, and maybe a couple of branches falling on the road. So if your advertising's good, your website is good, your selling is like, but your programs are good, it's like having a couple of branches fell on the road. You can get over them. It's a little bumpy, but you're still going to get home. But if you're really bad at any of these things, then it's not passable. So they don't all have to be perfect, but you need to know that they're all definitely important and you need to focus on them. And if you do, when your business is struggling, you can identify where you need to focus. So you'll know, oh, my advertising's down. There's not many people finding me. No one's getting onto my website. Maybe I need to focus on advertising. Or I'm having a lot of consults, but they're all saying no. And then you'll know, oh, that might be my selling. So I need to improve that. So what happened to us is we called the owner of the house and he came from the other side with a construction vehicle. So he came back in that direction and it's pouring rain. We got out of the car, we left it behind and we squeezed our way through the tree. We got to the other side and we all climbed on the outside of this truck. So we're like all hanging on the outside. There wasn't really any, it was one of those like 1-seater trucks. So we're all like grabbing onto the outside and he takes us all the way back up to our house and we got home for the night. And then the next day when it stopped raining, probably used that same truck and pushed that tree off the side and we were able to get down. It was a really something I'll never forget because at the time I was like, oh, we might go off the edge of this, but we made it. It's like having a blockage on your road and you can fix it by improving your selling. If the problem is your programs, you can have better programs. So don't only think that your issues come from advertising. Now, here's an advertising tip, and this is still the best way to advertise the dog training business. And it's by being able to be found when people search for dog trainer near you on the search engine. So it's your SEO. People need to be able to find your website. And that's one thing that has not changed in all these years from when we started our dog training business back 25 years ago. People need to be able to find your website. No matter how people find you originally, whether it's through like a flyer or a show, a pet expo, or just searching, almost everyone eventually ends up on your website. So no matter what your advertising method is, that's usually the goal, is to get them on your website. And even if you have a conversation with them, they'll probably find your website, somehow and check you out. So you want to be able to be found when people search for dog trainer near you on Google, websites like that, mostly Google. And when it comes to paid advertising, paying for Google ads is still the best way. So talking to so many different dog trainers, that's still the king of advertising, just being able to be found on the internet. They find your website. And even if you're up there and you're like #1 in the organic search results, often paying for ads still increases the amount of leads you get. So don't think that, oh, I'm #1, I don't need to pay for ads. If you're getting enough leads and you're happy with that, then you don't need to pay for ads. But if you want to increase the amount of leads you get and you're already #1, a lot of dog trainers still pay for Google ads and they see an increase in the amount of leads that they get. And I've heard this so many times. So that's something that definitely works. So if you want to have a great dog training business, those are the 4 things you need to do. It's not just advertising. Advertising is just one of the 4 parts. You have advertising, you have your website, you have your sales skills, sales process, and you have your programs. So if you focus on all 4, you will be on the way to getting people from where they are now to the end of the road, which is buying your programs and turning into a great client for you.